Nick knew the legitimate reason why I got angry was because of Shemeka, but he will never say that part. He'll never say, well, when she found out about Shemeka, she got upset and, so she turned to someone else. That would be like too close to the truth.
He had a girlfriend. She was a very attractive woman. He really cared about her. It was his woman. And Guy Fisher, there's an old saying, there's a lot of fish in the sea. You don't have to go after my girl. And he did. And when the word got back to Nicky, that was something that alienated him about Guy.
We bought the Apollo, and Guy was handling all of the renovation and opening of the Apollo. And I'm hearing stories about him sitting up in the balcony with my woman, kissing on my woman. Look at that guy. I'm thinking, this faggot ass motherfucker, but he got a bone with my woman. So I'm saying to myself, what does that mean, nigga, that you did it? You did that to her. Guy put himself in the position of dictating policy to me. I'm the one who dictated the policy, not he. You don't fuck with the king's woman. You can be a womanizer all you want, but you don't violate the rules. And when he violated them, he had to pay. I said to Frank, I want you to lay down Tito, and I want Guy in the ground. I want him horizontal, man. That's what I want done. And he said, well, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it. So anyhow, he's not doing anything, and as I'm looking at it, I know why he's not doing anything. The guys began to realize that I wasn't getting out. I'm thinking to myself, and I remember saying to myself, I can't run it, but I sure could wreck that motherfucker, man. I can't run it, but I could wreck it.
I was called by Jim Moss, my unit chief, to join him in Bill Tendy's office, and was told that Barnes contacted Bill Tendy, and either Bill played for or gave me an audio tape that he had made of a conversation he had had with Barnes.
Now, go ahead, tell me what it is you have in mind.
In general, there a few friends of mine, former friends of mine, that were just...
I can't hear you very well.
They were a couple of friends of mine that were supposed to be doing things for me,
Yeah?
And well, they're doing things against me, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no way to reach out to get to them, and I want to get back at them, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's my primary reason.
I listened to that tape and tried to understand what would he hope to gain by cooperating, because there was very little we could actually offer him in the way of a reward or an inducement. Bill said it's always the same. It's revenge, revenge, revenge.
Took my money. You got my honey.
Nick went about setting me up, which was another thing that really hurt. They extradited me back to New York. And I'm sitting there watching television, and it's a flash that Leroy Nicky Barnes has turned state's evidence. This person's been arrested, that person, this person, that person, that person, and the wife of his 2 children. And
9 former associates of Harlem drug king Leroy Nicky Barnes charged today with narcotics conspiracy and 6 murders. As Jim Van Sickle learned, the man behind the charges is none other than Barnes himself.
When I heard that he flipped, I was shocked and surprised, because I had a great deal of respect for this guy, as did everyone I knew. So it did come as a major, major surprise, and it was almost unbelievable.
He put something beautiful together, and he made, he made us men, and people looked up and respected us. In all reality, he was a coward. I mean, I can say that from my heart.
I don't think he did it because he thought he'd get a deal. I went to bat for him. The U.S. attorney at the time, Rudy Giuliani, went to bat for him. But he had to know that that was not likely to be in the cards for him.
If Nick would have flipped right away because he didn't want to go to jail, I think I would have been surprised, because he was the John Gotti before John Gotti. You know, he was the gangster. He was the man, you know. But when I found out why he did it, you want to talk about the word of don't rat? Well, that's one thing that's real strong, but fucking payback and revenge is even stronger.
Just before the trial, Shemeka was murdered.
Well, she was in this bar up on Broadway, Amsterdam, where everybody used to hang out. Two guys come in, and they walk up to her and shoot her in the head.
Shemeka went down. They did it to intimidate me, you know, in hoping that I would retract whatever my testimony, or that I would be reluctant to maybe testify at a trial.
Nicky Barnes was once New York's biggest heroin dealer, heading up an alleged 7-man drug ring called the Council. Now he is the government's star witness, recently testifying in court and at a presidential commission accusing his former partners of drug conspiracy and murder.
When the time arrived for me to actually testify to them on the stand, I was overwhelmed by guilt. And I had been betrayed. I had every reason to testify against them, and no reason at all to feel guilty. But it's that street corner indoctrination, that criminal ethic, that street corner value system. It's overpowering. And I started crying on the stand.
These stories generally are only told by people like Nicky Barnes. People that already told these stories on the stand, and they're rats. You don't inform on your friends. But at that point there, the guy I knew ceased to exist. For me, the Nick I knew died.
In other words, it's saying that, hey, Nick, you broke the golden rule. And I'm saying, what good is a rule if the rule ain't a jewel that's fit for the crown of a king? If you're gonna take the rule and just use it to make bling, and you're gonna say, fuck the king, then the king gonna sing. I think my information resulted in maybe 75 or 80 felony convictions. They have a place in Lewisburg Federal Penitentiary that they call it the Nicky Barnes Range, because all of the people up there